It's opening day of 2021, Kennywood Park, and Tom was here. Hello out there, wherever you are. As for me, it is the 2021 opening day of Kennywood Park, and we are here to catch the sights and sounds, kind of see what the vibe is of the park. Now, Kennywood did not have an easy season in 2020, nor did us all. But the main thing that occurred with Kennywood this year, there's no real newer rides or attractions or anything. Really, it's actually the rides that they took away. 4 rides are no longer in Kennywood Park. The Barren Curve, the Volcano, the Paratroopers, and most importantly to me, the Kangaroo, which I just assumed was a ride that, it's a ride that my parents took me on, their parents took them on, I took my kids on, and I assumed my kids would take their kids on. But here's the thing about Kennywood. I think Kennywood has a plan. That plan is going to disappoint some of the purists, some of the traditionalists of Kennywood. You see, Kennywood is going to be, they're going to try to compete with the bigs, is my theory. They're going to try to compete with a Six Flags, with a Dollywood. They're trying to build up their status. And by doing so, they're going to get rid of these older traditional rides for newer attractions. No, I don't think they'll ever get rid of stuff like the Jackrabbit or the Racer, because the backlash would be too great. But some of these other ones, your Kangaroos, I wouldn't be surprised if stuff like the Music Express, stuff like the Turtle, maybe. Not something like Noah's Ark, that's too, but rides like that I think eventually are going to go away in favor of newer attractions to build a bigger audience. They're going to build out their footprint, and they're going to make this park a bigger park. And the traditional crowd will not like that. But that is the theory. Kennywood has said nothing in this regard. But there's always that rumor that they were going to... Kennywood's part of a larger corporation. So their headquarters is in California. They're going to bring it here. And if you're bringing it here to West Mifflin, PA, they're going to make this park their flagship park. So the traditional rides will go. Kenny will be bigger. It will be more in line with kind of the larger parks. But we'll see if that's true or not. Only time will tell. And I think Kennywood does have a plan. I don't buy into the conspiracy that they lost money, so they're closing these rides because they lost money. I'm not buying that. Alright, so let's pop in Kennywood 2021 opening day and kind of see what it's all about here. Let's go. This is taking forever. I probably still will. Yes. Yeah. Okay, we were apparently using the old passes, and we had to use the new passes, and yeah, that involved a lengthy wait at the season pass processing center. So yeah, if you're using the old picture passes, you may want to go to the processing center when it's open during the week and get new passes, because it stopped us at the gate, and when the lady went to the season pass processing center, they went through just fine. So who knows? Same very beige, very plain walls still. Okay. Into the very plain, very beige tunnel. You really need to update this. Make something fun with it. Make it nice and exciting. First touch of the season. We are here. Kennywood Park. No temperature checks this year, so you can just walk right in when your passes actually work. You know, there's something not right about this. Admittedly, I don't like it. I do blame this on a corporate decision. I don't think the Kennywood bigwigs knew about this because they could market it and make it like the last hop of the kangaroo or something. Corporate came down during the off season and said, get rid of this ride. It takes too many man hours to fix or replace the parts, or they can't find the parts and they gotta make custom parts. It costs too much money, but this is very disappointing to see, to be honest. See, the paratroopers have been replaced by these couple of trees here. Once again, it feels like there's something missing. And it's a large swath. I assume they're building something, like a newer ride, that will take up both this space and the kangaroo space over there. But right now, it just feels like a hole in the park, to be honest. Well, good news, guys. The new fence ride is a walk-on. No line or anything. You can just walk right on. Oh, where's the blaring horn of the Barren Curve? We miss you already. And last, but certainly not least, this is the remaining remnants of the Volcano/Enterprise. Please don't climb on Volcano surface. Please keep off the rocks. I wonder what they're gonna do with it. But I'll be honest, I assumed everything would be gone. I didn't assume there'd be any remnants of like where the kangaroo was, where the volcano was. So surprising to see it's still here, but not here. It's disappointing and sad at the same time. Well, of course, weird Auntie Anne's. Can't get the boy past it without getting one. So it's kind of disappointing to see kind of the old favorite rides at Kennywood, you know, kind of gone, or they're remaining, you know, what's left. Like I said, the Barren Curve is completely gone. Like I said, fence replaced. You wouldn't even know the paratroopers were there, but the kangaroo remnants and the volcano remnants are still very much apparent. And it's sad to see. You know, the hope is that Kennywood replaces them soon enough so that you don't, you know, and for people that grew up on those rides, that's not going to be enough for the traditionalists, but, you know, it's something I feel that they do just to make the park kind of look better and you know, because think about it, there's 4 separate rides, there's 4 separate queues that attract people, that now those 4 separate queues where people would be in are on their way into other areas of the park. And if other rides are closed, like the Noah's Ark behind me, for example, is closed for the foreseeable future still, then the rides that are still open will be significantly longer wait times. So Kennywood, I think, does need to figure it out. It won't be this season, but hopefully for next. He's not wrong on Auntie Anne, so. I mean, I blame him for the fact that it's like, oh, we can't get past it, but, you know, I'm a parent. I could tell him no, but they're just too good. It's just facts.
Good choice of words.
My daughter will be very excited that Eden Park Smiley cookies we sold here. She loves them. That's no fun, at least. Merry-go-round forever, at least. Yeah, 101 Jackrabbit. Look. Oh, they already have the booths up for the food festival in June. Very cool. And a new Auntie Anne's right next to the racer. Shooting gallery's closed. I don't know why. Maybe it's touching still. Kennywood. I don't like to do this to you, but you bring this upon yourself. Why is this still closed? Why is this still closed? Now maybe because it's opening weekend, but you think it would be open with the rides you've removed, and yet it's not. Why do you do this? Look, I love Kennywood. I try not to give Kennywood a hard time, but Kennywood brings it upon themselves. Alright. Hold on like your life depended on it. Hold on.
15 seconds.
15 seconds.
What?
15. the German pavilion's up. Yeah, Bites and Pints in June. Very curious about this. I will stop in and do a little Bites and Pints. I'd be very curious about what they're doing here. So they're working on that. That is closed. Train is open. Now, it may be too cold for Raging Rapids still, but they don't even have water in here. They don't even have water in here as of yet. Wow. The drop tower's closed as well.
I can't even.
Yeah, I know. Not a great start.
I can't hold it with one hand.
That's a giant ball. It's an NFL regulation size. Oh. It's got to be in the net to win. It's got to be in the net to win. You see that? It's got to be in the net to win. Is that in the net? No, it is not.
On top of the slot, until the grid in front of you is proceeded forward. Ground money for the short ball.
What are you doing? No gun still. No gun.
Idea for a corpse to dance to It's a horrific night for haunting.
Kennywood, I have an idea. Why don't you have a walkthrough of Ghostwood Estate as part of Phantom Fright Nights? Like, it could be people, scare actors in there dressed up as some of the characters. Something to consider. See the potato patch just as busy as ever. Lengthy. Good luck. Familiar sight stays familiar. Black Widow is still closed. It's not great. The swing's going. The lumber cars are going. I don't think that happened last year. Oh, buddy. I miss her by the train station. The confrontation. She saw you do that hang time thing. You know, it's very interesting with the old mill. I did a video of Garfield's Revenge a few years back that really took off, and I get comments all the time from people all over the country, international, that miss Garfield, want Garfield back, mad they never got their red Garfield. And I think maybe that's the problem with the old mill, is that they didn't make it old mill enough for the people that miss the old mill, but they completely changed it from Garfield, which upset the people that grew up on Garfield. So you can't win. But you definitely, you know, they got to bring back the outdoor part for sure. Well, that'll wrap it up. From Kennywood Park, opening day 2021. Kind of wasn't quite all I hoped it would be. Now look, it's opening day. It's coming off a year that was not great for anyone, but the fear that I had about Kennywood removing 4 rides, not replacing them with anything, reared its ugly head today. If you're removing 4 rides that take people that, you know, wait in line for those rides, and you spread out those queues over other rides in the park, well, you get what you get today. All of the lines for every ride. Stuff like the whip, the exterminator was out of the building. Reason being is because not only are those 4 rides gone that take up a good bit of people, that were fairly reliable rides, not counting the volcano, which would go down all the time. The rest of the rides were very reliable. You're spreading them out over the rest of the park, and then coupled with the fact that the Noah's Ark's still closed, Steelers Country is still closed, Black Widow is still closed, and then you create now a bottleneck where the few rides that are open, people are flocking to, and when they're not flocking to those rides, they're flocking to food. So there's lines for food, lines for the rides that are still open were fairly lengthy, even the ones you don't suspect. The whip line was out of the queue, which rarely ever happens. There was a few rides that I saw that were like, I wouldn't consider them like a walk-on ride. So that's kind of what you're going to run into, unfortunately, I think, at Kennywood for 2021. Now look, it was a cold day. You know, it's pretty cold outside. I think the high temperature is going to be like 49. It's really cold. But they had the Pittsburgh plunge going. But they didn't have water inside the Raging Rapids. So, you know, I don't like to pick on Kennywood, but they give me ammo all the time. If Kennywood is kind of banking on the fact that those rides are going to return, Black Widow, Steelers Country, Steel Curtain, Noah's Ark are going to be their big attractions, let's say, for 2021. They need to be open for the whole season. Now it's opening day. It's May. So I fully expect that Kennywood opening, truly opening, doesn't start until their food festival, which is in June. That's where you're going to expect the Black Widow to be open, Steelers Country to be open, and then hopefully that will die down some of the other queues, because right now half the rides are closed, half the rides are busy, all the food rides are full. You don't have enough attraction to keep people spaced out where they have different ways they can go. Like, oh, there may be a large group that would go to Steelers country because it's new. There may be a large group that would go to, Johnny Rockets to get food, and a large group that would go to, say, because Johnny Rockets was around the building today. It was ridiculous. So that's the issue you're going to run into with Kennywood in 2021, is that there's not enough to go around. And the hope being is that Kennywood recognizes this, and in 2022 they have new attractions that people, more than one. That's my call to Kennywood. They have to have more than one new attraction for 2022, because it can't be a situation where you've removed 4 rides and then those people have to go somewhere. They have nowhere to go. So that'll wrap it up. Kennywood Park, opening day 2021. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support me on Patreon like John Bailey did, you can do so. Link is in the description below. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, you can do so. Spreadshirt shop, as well as links to my eBay store, new Facebook page, Clubhouse, and Instagram. That'll wrap it up. From Kennywood Park, opening day 2021 season. My name is Tom, and I was here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye, everyone.